Hello, guys and girls. Jokester here, bringing you another episode of FTB Unstable. We are up to episode number 29, and we've got a good episode for you today. We are going into the end because we want to relocate our solar panel there. If you've watched any of the episodes from Nemson on the FTOG server playing the Avant 3-pack, or Grok the Duck Farmer, they have deduced that the end is always daytime. And so therefore, the solar panels work there 100% of the time. And if you remember, our solar panels slow down and then stop producing energy as it gets night, and so we spend some time, especially when I've got that resource miner out there, the void ore miner running out there, uses a lot of energy, and I run dangerously close, if not actually running out of energy. So it would be great if we had this always on. So that's what we're gonna do. What I wanted to show you first, though, is that you might notice I have a couple of mana tablets in my inventory, and the reason for that is I already had the mana mirror. That's not really that's all I need. Except for, if you recall, this Terrasteel, when you have a full set, that third line in there says passive mana generation on mana tablet. So I wanted to see how long this took, and I AFK'd here for, I don't know, an hour or so, and it's filled up this many mana tablets. So how cool is that? I wanted to just see how that was, and sure enough, it's a way of passively generating mana. So I don't really have to do much from, if I were to still be using the tablet. Now the question is does having the mana mirror, does it go two ways? Is it only coming in here, or will it actually fill up that mana pool? I don't know. So then I bound this to the stronghold, right? I checked you cannot do this cross-dimensionally. What it does is it just takes you to the same location in the same dimension. So when I went to the stronghold, I bound it to where I spawn in. It actually bound me, a few levels down here, down into where I had mined originally, right outside of here, going downstairs. So let's go over to the stronghold, and we'll jump in, and we'll go over to the Nether. And so I want to show you what I did first. So so I've got this, the area here, and I want to set up a place to put the what do you call them? The solar panels. So I actually need to kill this guy inadvertently, but I want one of these ender pearls. So we can go. I mean, this area is fine, but I kind of want to keep this pristine, this original area where we fought the dragon, in case we ever want to respawn him. So I'm going to go over here, and what I've done is I've set up an area right here, and I kind of want to make an area somewhere in here. But we want to do this. I know I pissed off another one. Get rid of him. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. So I want to use the builder here, and of course I've got to power it. So let's put the builder right here, and let's put the power cell here. We'll put in our linked card. We'll set this to out. Should be filled up. Good. And of course we're going to need the lever here. Now what I've created is let me make sure nobody's going to stare at anything. So I've set up two cards here. One is a void card, which will clear out. It's very similar to our quarry card, except for it just voids the items, so it would clear it out. And I did a little bit of voiding here, and kind of cleared out this. You notice a lot of these chorus fruit flowers are topped off, right? So I kind of cleared out the area a little bit, just playing around with that. And then there's a shape card, and the shape card is you can use it to configure a shape for the shield projector, or in our case, you can use it to configure a shape in the builder and actually build that shape. So I've configured this guy with a solid bottom dome, and already set with the dimensions. I mapped it from there all the way over to right there. And you'll notice when I do the preview, it actually takes out some of the blocks. So frankly, that's kind of a clearing quarry if it's fairly light to break or easy to break blocks. So we've got that guy in now. Let's see what this looks like. And so so this is what it's going to look like. It's a nice, great big area, slightly raised off the ground in case I ever need to get underneath there for any reason whatsoever. And I want to. Okay, so yep, that looks good. And the next thing is I need to fill this in with something. And so I talked last episode how I'm getting a ton of that basalt from quark. Well, I also have a ton of basalt from environmental tech, and so we're going to use that. Now, remember in the this is the diamond chest transporter. Well, it's the diamond chest transporter with a diamond chest in it. So I've brought along a diamond chest, and watch what happens when I put it in my inventory. This was in my bag. I put it in my inventory, and now I get mining fatigue, I get hunger, I get slowness. So that's one good way to transport these around is just throw them into a bag, and then all that disappears. So really neat way to not have those effects and still carrying them around. Of course you got upset. I was looking into the sky, silly. And two of them now. Hold on, let me clear these guys. Come on, stay with me here. There we go. Okay. So we want to put this chest right on top of here. All right. And I've already filled it up with a bunch of basalt from back at the base. And with this shape card now, it will suck from the chest on top, and I should just be able to, we've got power, everything's good. We should just be able to let it run and watch it go. Try not to look at any Endermen. And it's going to build this little platform here. Is that enough basalt? Let's see. Nope, ran out of basalt. So let me go grab some more basalt, and we'll be right back. And going through the teleporter here. And we'll go back. Oh, picked up one just in case I need to get back that way. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, let's grab this chest out now. Put that on top. And we should be good to go. It's already running. There we go. How cool. So yeah, I just want to show you that's a really easy way to build platforms or all the different shapes it supports. And let's take a look at the shapes that it supports so you can kind of get an idea of what there is. So I did solid bottom dome. And of course, you can manually adjust these if you want here, but I just did the selection of the blocks, and it was nice and easy. But there's solid bottom dome, there's box, which we've seen, that's just the border of it. There's the top dome, bottom dome. Frankly, I don't know what the difference between the solid bottom dome and the dome. I think it actually fills in the center area. But there's a sphere, a cylinder. Those are kind of cool if you want to build, like an abnormal base, right? Build a cylinder base. Cap cylinder, that would add a roof to it. A prism torus would be pretty neat to build a base, kind of like a space station or something, where you have to run all the way around the outside. Solid box, which is what we typically use for our quarry. Solid sphere, cylinder, and so on, right? So there's our solid bottom dome. So that's what I'm going to leave it as. Try not to look at any of these guys. So now we've got a way to do this. So let's head home, and we are going to grab our solar panel. Then we need to kind of put some of this stuff away, at least temporarily. This guy is just good to have. And yeah, we'll add that up there, but I need my, just in case. Okay, let's grab that. So remember, you can use the this wand here, and right click. But you know what? Frankly, we've got vein miner, which really helps. And maybe what I'll do is, for right now, I guess I could take this dimensional transceiver with me. I should really take all of this. I don't know. Maybe I'll dimensionally bring it back here. Or if you recall, in the center of here, I've got this power cell. Now let's take a look at how much the power cell can transfer. Because remember, we're doing 83,000 coming in. So this is going to be nowhere near. Let me grab my link card. And I think I've got 4 of these guys now. So yeah, 5. Yeah, so you can see that there's 5,000, and it only does 5,000 RF per tick. So that's definitely not going to be enough in order for us to accept all that power. So we could do the dimensional transceiver. And so the dimensional transceiver does tell us here 40,960. So that's another way, and we would effectively cut our receiving amount in half. That's why I had all of this set up. And if we look at this guy here, we have 400,000 RF per tick, and that's my solution into accepting more power. So this is where it stores everything, and then it feeds it in here 40,000 at a time. And what I can do is I can have another device that puts it, like another one of these dimensional transceivers on here, and it would accept 40 plus 40, or 41 plus 40, plus 41 to be precise. The problem is on the other end, it would only accept 41,000 out. But you could double these guys up and almost use all of it. We have nothing that needs that much power. The most we've ever seen is this guy, which uses 30,000. So I think I want to take these guys with me. The problem is they're not going to all stack. I guess we'll just see how much we can get in here. Get them all? Yeah, we pretty much did. So we'll bring this guy. We, of course, need this guy. And frankly, let's just replicate this setup completely over. Yep, just barely enough. So let's replicate this guy over in the end. Oops. And I think I still have, I'm going to have to grab, I have one spot left to grab one of these guys. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to place all these guys down. And if you remember, we had the power cell right in the center. All right, so we'll put that down, and then we'll just load this guy up, surrounding it. Come on. All right, so let me build this. Actually, you know what? I think what I want to do is we'll put this down. We'll put this on. I believe I can do it here. I don't think it was 2 up. I think it was right there. And then that guy is here. Yeah, that's the way I had it. I believe this is safe to stand right here. Okay. So let's see if there's any of these that are empty. There is, but it's going to come in so fast, it's going to be hard to detect. That one. Nope. Can't get it in time. Well, maybe. Oh, it's probably filling. Yeah. All right, let me fill this out and I'll be right back. Well, I'd say it looked pretty centered without doing any measurements or counting it off more accurately than I did. And so I just kind of threw these all around. Slightly different configuration we had before, but doesn't really matter as long as something's touching the sides. Yeah, the reason we weren't seeing it come in before is because it was touching the bottom. And so, it was technically touching that guy, the power cell, which was inserting it into the network. And so it wasn't exporting here. So touching these guys, which then touch all these, and now all these are all filled up. 400 million RF. Cool. That is considered done. I like it. What would be kind of fun to do is make this sort of a structure. I mean, I could make this, build it all up, and so what I could do is do either a torus. I don't know if that would follow that oval shape, or if I were to do a cylinder, if I can make this a oval cylinder and then kind of build it straight up, so it's kind of like a shaft to the heavens or whatnot. I don't know, whatever. I'm not that artistic. I'm more logical, so it's a little bit hard to figure out the best look for things. All right, I pulled the card out, so let's go ahead and take all the stuff back. So I don't have an inventory worth of. There it is. Where I put it. We'll grab this guy and put that back in our. There we go. And last but not least. All right, Cool. I'll meet you. Well, actually, I don't have to meet you. I can just come back with you. So that would be a really cool way to clear out, or the builder. It's a really cool way to build things as well. You can build a base. You know, you can build a base with the four walls on whatever material you want. Two things we forgot is we forgot to put the dimensional transceiver in, and we forgot to chunk load it. So let's create this ender anchor here and the dimensional transceiver, and let's head on back, and we will make sure that that's chunk loaded so that our base has power. Because frankly, we have no power right now at our base, and that's why I had to use that crafting grid outside. There we go. Excuse me, Enderman. Excuse me. So pop that in, make sure it's still set to, sometimes these guys act wonky, so we'll reconfigure it. Solar power send. Excellent. Now we'll need this chunk loader, so let's see where our chunk boundaries are. Remember, it only does a 1 by 1, so... Oh, no, 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 no. So that's right at the corner where this is. But frankly, that should pull in here, but the solar panel itself might not. I don't know. Let's see what that does. Let's put this down. I'm actually curious. So the solar panel itself is in another chunk boundary. Or the controller there is. You know, we get up here. But the transceiver. So that's actually a good test. Will this run this capacitor down, or will it all still work? I don't know. Let's try it out. So when we go back to base, we now should see that we have... I really should set up a teleporter to get over there in case there's any issues, but let's turn those off. Let's see, we now have full here. So I'm just curious. Yeah, we'll have to let that go for a while. It seems to be stable. Yeah, we'll have to let that go for a while and see if it actually runs down the capacitor because the solar panel's not being chunk loaded. I don't know. Worst case scenario, we just make a couple more of those. They're really cheap to make. There's some obsidian and one ender pearl. So not a problem. Oh yeah, I was going to take this stuff back. And luckily, they're all in small little chunks. Good. And I can just pop that in. That out, and good. So these power cells are not infused yet, but I think I'm done with the shape cards. This is all the stuff that I've gathered over there. We won't need this or this. Actually, I have plenty in my inventory, or in my bag here, so I don't need any more levers. All right, those guys, I think I want to infuse them. Let's see how many we have now from our in the Nether. So dimensional shards is 184. And also that isn't chunk loaded over there, but so far we've got enough to do what I want to do. It takes 4. No, we don't quite have enough. Oh, okay. So cool. Let's go chunk load that. Anchor. Making on one of those guys. And remember, only the builder has to be chunk loaded. So let's see. No, yeah. There we go. Lots of different ways of getting around the world. We're going to bring our dimensional shards with us. They're so precious. Not just kidding. All right, so let's throw down the chunk loader here. And that will start filling up. Let's check our chunk borders. Yeah, easy, easy, easy. Beautiful. How are we doing in here? Oh, yeah, good stuff. Send all that back. Red Rover, send me dimensional shards right over. Okay, excellent. Let's head back. Oh, I could have just used my charge porter too. Hopping between dimensions. So let's grab one more stack and dimensional shards. go and make sure we have 4. Now, in our chunk loader here, so it doesn't really matter which one I do because I want to do a test. Now, remember, this is something I've wondered for quite some time. We can infuse these, and these have a maximum of 4 million RF, because each one we add adds 4 million. If I add another one, that becomes 5 million. So each one of these adds 1 million at also 1,000 RF per tick. So let's start with this. We have 4 million, and I want to infuse this guy. That guy goes in there and there. Magic of YouTube. And we are fully infused. So let's see what this does now. When we put this down. So, okay. So what that did was it didn't add any to our maximum capacity, but it increased the ability to inject power into this subnetwork of our power cell network. So 7,500 instead of 4,000. So that tells us something. Now the question is if we infuse another one, we'll go ahead and throw this in here for right now. It'd be nice if we could use capacitors in here to speed this up. There's the wand from Roots, the acceleration wand, that would probably work on this. But it's pretty quick as it is. I mean, it takes 4 stacks to infuse this, and you know, that went pretty quick per stack. So that's 19. So oh, okay. Okay. So it's per device, per power cell. I see. And you can't infuse that anymore. So, but you notice how we added another one down, which made 5 million now. And it was 4 million before with 7,500 RF per tick in and out. Now it's 5 million still with 7,500. So adding more of these to the network doesn't increase the injection rate. It only increases the total capacity. The max you can do here is 7,500. So the question becomes, if I add more than 7.5 of these power cells, if I were to add an 8th, do I get any faster injection or you know, in and out IO for these? I don't know. Yeah, so you know, there's no way you're going to compete with this guy at 40,000. I mean, you'd have to add a ton of these power cells. But man, these power cells are so inexpensive to create. It's just this machine frame and some redstone, a few of these prismarine. Remember, if you don't have prismarine, you can always dump them in a mana pool with this alchemy catalyst, and it will turn any nether quartz into prismarine. This alchemy catalyst is so very simple. It's just a mana pearl and some brewing stands, so you can do it fairly early. Okay, I like it. I like it. Didn't leave anything in there. So the power cells are great. They're inexpensive. They allow you to get power in and out very inexpensively, but they are limited if you're doing big power like we are. Okay, I want to do one other thing, but yet again, I got to prepare. Be right back. So if you were keen and noticed that this guy had stopped working because we now have to rebind them to the new capacitor bank over there. So we grabbed those guys. I've also made a dialing device, a transmitter for this side, and a receiver from this side. We can always get back with this guy, so we don't need another transmitter over there. And so what I want to do is I want to place these two down right here. So let's go over here. Just makes sense to, maybe we'll do the dialer in the middle, and we're going to need to get power here. Where's our power? Yeah, right there. So let's pull this over, and we're going to need one more. So we'll put our dialer right in the middle, and we'll put our transmitter here. Okay, so now we've got this guy, which should be our base. So we've already named that home base, and we'll name this home base. It is public. We're okay with that. So home base to home base. We can dial from here to here. We can dial it. And when I step here, it immediately brings me here. All right, because we only have one receiver. So we need to go put down this receiver in the end. Okay, so I want to move this guy over just a little bit because I'm going to come off of here, and I think I want it down in the underneath. Yeah, let's bring it down underneath. That's how I want to do it. And right there. And then I should be able to put my receiver right here. We'll name this the end solar panel. Should be able to put spaces in there too, right? Oops. But that didn't edit how I expected. There we go. End solar panel. Perfect. So that should be all good. Perfect. Perfect. And I don't really have to make that look pretty. I don't care at all. Let's go back home. Now, I don't have to go to the stronghold first. I have a nice easy way. I should be able to dial here to here. I can dial that permanently. I'm all charged up on my porter. Let's go there now. Awesome. So that's my way in. This is my way home. Much, much, much better. All right. I've resisted setting that up. Not that because it's hard or anything. It's just, I really haven't needed it that much. We haven't been going very far. We usually fly around if we want to go somewhere. I mean, I did set up to the different towns, but really it was more of an example. I don't have to go to these towns very much. Stronghold has been invaluable while doing this project, but now we have a nice, easy way. And the infrastructure's set up. And by the way, this does have a decent graphic on the front, but I don't really need to see it. I can always access it this way. So that's going to be dialed permanently, and I'll be able to always go there if I ever need to. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to do our linking. So let's head back over there. Now it's so quick to get back and forth, and I'm right here. So it doesn't matter which one I do. Now, in case you didn't notice, this is 400 million RF. However, when I link this, it only links to one of the capacitors. But that's okay. It should be representative because they're all one big multi-block. It's representative of what the whole block is. So you can multiply it times whatever I have here, 16. So we'll shift right click here. We'll shift right click here. And now when we go back, you'll see it'll be bound to that one capacitor. It won't be bound to the whole capacitor bank. That's okay. It's still going to help us. So which one is which? We don't know until we put it in. And invalid. No. No, no, no. Block is unreachable. Oh, epic fail, epic fail. Here's what we can do. Here's what we can do. We can build we have a vibrant capacitor bank. We are going to take, oh, no, not that. Don't right click with that on it. Take these two guys out. We're going to put this, I kind of like having that space there, but we'll put that there. All right, so that's going to be getting power from there, and it will always be full. Well, assuming that this is all working, and then we'll map it to here. And that'll be pretty much the same exact thing. All right, so yeah, that's a good test, is that those guys, why is this invalid? Actually, I want to change those. Did that change them? Yeah. Why is the second one invalid? Let's try remapping it again. So that's a good test to find out. There we go. It's a good test to find out if this the screen works between dimensions. It does not. So, oh, you know what? There also is that energy plus. So let's look at that energy plus. There's an energy plus, and this one goes even further. It uses a bit more RF. This guy uses 4. This uses 30. But that's. I mean, there's only so many times you can wish that something goes interdimensionally. But if we made this energy plus module, I'm not sure that would help either. I mean, why not? Let's try this. Yeah, let's make one of these, and because I want to leave the other one alone because I'm going to lose it. All right, we've got the energy plus module. All right, so let's head on over there and we'll test this out, because I seriously doubt. I think it's just increased range. I don't think it's let's go to a new dimension and be across, shift click, and then we will head on back. And in case you haven't realized how cool these are, McJady, his RFTools, we love that mod. It is just so wonderful. Okay, come on, invalid. So it doesn't matter if you use the plus or the regular. It's still not going to work cross-dimensionally. So no worries. We can always save this for later in case we ever do have, there's a couple different things for it. Hold on. It's the lightning. So we've got this lightning rod, and let's say we were to place this and it, goes up. This guy here isn't too tall. It's only 15, 18, 20 blocks tall. It's not super tall, but that's further. That could be further away than this here is. And if we wanted to see what that we can have a lightning rod on here, and we can see how much the energy is inside of here if this has a buffer, or if we place a capacitor up there, because lightning strike comes in, you got to dissipate that and send it back down here, and so or wherever, right, to over to the other area to where our capacitors are. And so that would be a good way. If it's far enough range, then the regular one would work. You'd use that energy plus. So that's what that's all about. All right, guys. We got pretty. We did quite a few things. Some really neat stuff. And boy, I'm so used to seeing the tablet here, and it's when it's gone, it kind of worries me. So yeah, so we did some really neat stuff today. I'm really excited. I'm glad I finally set that up because it is such a joy. I like how we rearranged that. Now I've just got a skylight in there, and I like that skylight. It's easy for me to see if it's day or night out. Of course, I've always got this, but it always seems like I'm moving over here to see. But yeah, good stuff today. I really feel like we've got some stuff done. We've mapped this to the stronghold in case we ever need to get back there and actually done something where we really will use it. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching this. If you did enjoy it, please like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It really helps me out a lot when you like and subscribe. Helps with those YouTube searches. So appreciate everything you guys have done. Really thank you guys for all the comments and the support you've given me. With that said, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.